Welcome Internet Land, this is Zacmus Prime, aka Zacmus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party review. Today we've got a really big boy coming in. This is brought to you by titanonetoys. titanonetoys, he just got these in. He boxed up like a bajillion of them last night. He has loaned me one copy to review. And so here we go. Today we're reviewing the Zeta Toys Blitzkrieg, which looks an awful lot like Onslaught, but no, it's definitely not Onslaught. Like, I can understand you for thinking that it might be, but you know, it's totally not. It's Blitzkrieg. Like, seriously, guys. But yeah, he's a big figure. He's also really back heavy. This was the first thing about this figure that I noticed that I did not like, is that he is really back heavy. When you get him, when you pose him, you're going to need to turn his feet outwards so that he'll stand up, because if you don't, he is just going to fall over backwards, which if he falls over, he's going to knock over my display, so my backdrop, and I don't want that. But yeah, so the Blitzkrieg, he's not a bad figure. I'm not going to say that he's like freaking amazing or anything like that, but he's definitely not a bad figure. He's molded a nice shade of blue, kind of sparse on the paint apps. Like, this is painted a gunmetal gray. This is that same gunmetal on his leg here. His face sculpt is painted a little bit of silver, a little bit of red. And that's the bulk of it. Like, you've got a few painted details in places, like underneath his arm here. Let me see if I can move my lights to be in a more beneficial position. Still getting used to my new setup for my new house, so like, he's got a few paint apps. They're not a whole lot of them, but I think he's got it where it counts. It's not a bad looking figure. He's kind of loud. Everything on him is super loud. I really just want to like take this and like leave this someplace and make this figure so much easier to deal with. Like, so much easier to deal with. But the guns on the back are kind of an iconic thing, so you really can't do that. But I want to. I don't know. It's iconic, but it makes it a much more frustrating figure. Just because he's just back heavy. I don't know. I seem to be dwelling on that issue as a figure that's, I don't know, it's a big issue that I have with him. One of the options that he has is that you can swap from this chest here. You can pull this out, flip it around, put it back into place, and then you can change up how you want his chest to look. I kind of like this one better. I know that this other side is like an animation detail, but all in all, these Zeta toys have been atrociously little on the animation accuracy. So like, I've got no real ambition to be like, yeah, animation accurate, woo. So I kind of like the additional detail. Kind of gives it more interesting color and whatnot. So that's the way I'm probably going to keep it, actually, here. But I mean, he looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, the backpack is huge and heavy, but you know, it's not a bad looking figure. In terms of accessories, really, as a character, of course, he comes with a lot of accessories for reasons, but they're all like for other things. In terms of accessories that it comes with that are just for him, he's got this gun right here, which pegs into his hand, just using the same like peg formula they've been using since the beginning. So this one doesn't have a little slot in it that these other ones all seem to have. He also comes with a little sandwich bag full of other little goodies. These are used to cover up screw holes. It doesn't tell you which screw holes to cover up. And it only gives you like 10. And I think there's more than 10 screw holes on him, so you may have to like pick and choose which ones you want covered. He also comes with, let me pull these off real quick actually. He comes with a, this is a handle thing for, he comes with this accessory here, which, so if I actually owned this figure, which I don't, I'm borrowing this from Titan 1. But if I actually owned this figure, I would take the time to figure out all the like little things that it does, because I am very certain that this guy has a base mode, but it is not documented. There are no pictures. There's nothing in the instructions. You like would have to figure it out yourself. But there's stuff in here specifically, like this joint does not get used in the transformation, in the combined mode, or anything. Like that is specifically for something else, and they don't tell you what it is. And furthermore, like on the big like giant robot chunk, like there's like these tabs here and these like tabs here, and they're for something else. And I think this peg right here, but it doesn't tell you what it is. So I don't know. So that's something. You can take this and you can plug this into there and turn this in a little bit. And then this, I guess he can hold as like a shield. And as a shield, it actually makes for a pretty decent little accessory. Also, and he comes with two of these handles. I'm not sure why he comes with two, but they are both the same. Only one of them fits on the shield at a time. He also comes with a pair of missiles. And that's for when you extend out the cannons. They've got these little triggers here, and these will actually load and shoot. Ow, that is pointy to push in. Am I doing something wrong? Oh, there we go. That one caught. So I'm having lots of trouble having this one catch. Like it's going in there. Oh wait, no, it caught. So you can pull these little tabs and this will actually like fire missiles. So that's something that's kind of fun. Some missiles that you can lose right away. And that's great. I'm going to throw these back in the sandwich bag. Speaking of losing things. Ha 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 ha. This shit will. Alrighty. Back in the sandwich bag you go. Accessories. Let's get down to articulation. Starting at his head, his head is on a ball joint, so it'll wiggle around a bit, up and down, side to side, rotates freely. He's got a joint here in the shoulder, which clicks really loudly. He's got a joint here in the shoulder, which also clicks loudly. He's got a rotation here, which clicks a little less loudly. He's got an upper bicep swivel. He's got an elbow joint. Provides less than 90 degrees of rotation, of bend. He's got wrist rotation. Each finger is located on a single joint at the base of the finger. So he can like do a pose like that. Yeah. Sexy right there. Oh yeah. He comes with a waist joint that is loud. For his hips, you can move the little side skirts out. It's like we'll go forward all the way, back all the way. Got 110 Van Damme right there, 110%. 90 degree bend in the knee. His ankle will not move forward and back. There is a transformation joint in here, but it's like heavily detented right here. It clicks into place and doesn't, I mean, it's not going to click out of place either that much. This side, the little toe is a bit floppy. It will ankle tilt, so it's like a high quality figure, I guess, but it will not bend forward and back, which is why he has trouble being back heavy, because he does not have the proper type of ankle joints. But oh well. But yeah, that's it for this figure in terms of articulation. Let's get him transformed up. First thing we're going to do is work on the legs. This toe folded itself up. We're going to fold it up, unclick that, fold that up. Both toes the same. We're going to disconnect this whole chunk right here. That's going to be important here in a little bit. Put his legs out just a little bit. And then we're going to fold down this panel here and then open this panel here. That's going to loosen this whole thing down. There's a double hinge in here. This one has got some like piece of like flash or something that's caught on. When it goes back into its other mode, it shows up. It'll show up much better on the other leg. So that folds in like Combiner Wars style. This closes back up. And that's that. You're going to take this part here, fold that out, and then fold this up. And then this is going to fold back in. You see you've got this like double joint here. This is going to fold back in, and these pegs here are going to fit into these corresponding slots here. But while you're putting that in, you also need to get this guy into position, because this peg here is going to fit into this tab, this hole there. And they kind of all do that all at the same time. That's all done. Same with the other leg. Pull this tab here, pull this panel here. This whole thing is going to fold down, and then you're going to close this back up and back up. Take this, extend this out, extend this up, bring this back in on its double hinge, peg it into place. I'm still trying to figure out. Like I said, I've got this whole new like shooting space. But I'm trying to figure out how to get the lighting to be how I want it to, and how to get the table how I want it to, and how to get the backdrop like I want it to. Like, I mean, it's nice being in my own place, but like now, like everything is different. But it's also all mine, and I get to make the decisions, which is great. All right, it's gonna fold down, click into place here. We can take these panels and fold them down at this time, these little ones here. All right, now we're gonna focus on the top half. We're gonna take his head and we're just gonna like push on it. And they'll go all the way in. We're gonna take his arms, they're gonna fold up like that until they basically poke each other. I should have done this first actually. Pull this panel out. You're gonna pull it out halfway, and you'll see that it's on this like little hollow armature. the fist is going to come up through that armature, and that's just where it lives. And then this is going to plug in down here. Same with the other arm. You want to pull it up basically from the bottom here is where it's easiest. Halfway, pull this around, close this up. All right, now we're going to put these back together, put these up. You can clip these together at this time. They are going to be a little bit frustrating because you clip them together and the front panels like to fall off, but like that, just. Now we're going to take this panel here. It's going to peg in right here. We're going to pull this out, rotate it around, close it, this little hole, that peg, and then this tab is going to fit into that slot right there. Make sure that you realize this is on a double hinge so that you've got it going correctly. Again, with the other side, bring this around, peg that into there. All right, now we're going to take this chest panel here, and it does not matter if you've got this panel up or the other side. We're going to pull it open. We're going to bring it up. See how it's got this like little like peg and tab under here? We're going to tab it into the upper side, and then we're going to plug these tabs into these slots right here, like so. Beautiful. We're going to take this thing here. This will unpeg. There's a couple tabs right here that will peg into these slots here. So we're going to unpeg this. We're going to open up these guys here. Bring this little windshield around. And then we're going to close it back up. There's a couple pegs on the side of the windshield here. That will go into these holes right here. This is a very panely transformer, which means that its transformation basically consists of put the pegs in the holes and put the tabs in the slots and you're good. We're going to take this and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees at the waist. That'll give us clearance to take these. You're going to pull this down and then this will rotate and then you're going to push it back up into that same spot. So down, rotate, in. And then last but not least, we're going to take these panels here, fold them up. That'll cover up the rest of the waist. Oh, and the most important step of all. Flip out. Yeah. Plug this back in here. That's a tight peg right there. And there you have Blitzkrieg Onslaught in his onslaught mode. Blitzkrieg in his onslaught mode. Well, you know, onslaught is technically a verb, so that's actually correct phonetically. Blitzkrieg in his onslaught mode. And this, I mean, there's no like designated place for it, but you know, there's a million like tabs around here. Just stick it anywhere you like. So he makes this big truck, this like big like armored armor truck, and I mean, he looks fairly spot on. He is this like massive sea of blue, with a couple spots of brown and some like gunmetal, and that basically sums up his life. He's got these little things here, so if you have like a corresponding, you know, tank or jeep, you like bring it up here and just go like, and then park it here. Maybe you could park like a helicopter or a space shuttle. I mean, I guess at this point I'm just arbitrarily throwing out vehicles that are mostly military, except for the space shuttle, which was never used for military purposes. Makes me wonder why they have it as part of the Combaticons. I don't know. He rolls fairly well. Depending on how uneven your table is, my table is actually fairly uneven in this spot here, because this is actually a folding table. It folds right here. But he rolls. He does not articulate in any way, shape, or form. Like, this part is pegged into here, is pegged into here, is pegged into here, and nothing like bends. There's no like trailer that bends when you turn or whatnot. So that's basically it for him. That's him in his vehicle mode. I keep on thinking that there's got to be a way to attach this, like, but there's not. There's totally not any way to attach this onto here. But yeah, there's Blitzkrieg in his vehicle mode. Like I said, he's not a bad figure, but I will say that he's not a fantastic figure. I will also say that, especially for what you're paying for him, he's not worth getting on his own. He's there to be part of a bigger robot, as I'm sure everybody watching this review knows. So yeah, there's a couple quick thoughts on this guy. Now I gotta film the big review. I'll catch you guys in just a little bit. I'm uploading this one today, and then I'm actually uploading the other one today as well. So you guys are gonna get 2 videos today. So how about those thumbs up, like, and subscribe? You guys are all fantastic, and I will see you on the flip side.